Got a call last night from an old friend's wife, said I hate to bother you. Well, Johnny Ray fell off the wagon, he's been gone all afternoon.
So yeah, that's kind of where we're at.
Tell us where the name Leatherwood comes from.
So the Leatherwood is my farm I was telling you about that we had the spring on. It's Little Leatherwood Road in Dixon County.
In Texas, right?
What's that?
In Texas.
No, here in Tennessee. Van Leer,
That's
Tennessee.
where the spring was.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And that's where we came up with this cockamamie scheme to open a distillery with nothing. You know, sitting around the fire and drinking some of my hooch, and dudes are like, we should do this for real. I was like, I don't think.
How long ago was that?
That was probably 2016.
Wow.
Yeah.
This happened pretty fast, though, man. I mean,
Very fast.
I mean, a lot of people didn't go from leather and wood to stainless and
Right.
copper that fast. That's pretty.
You know,
fast.
it was an idea sitting around a fire drunk,
Hey,
and then woke up in the morning and was like, damn, they put that in my brain. Now I can't quit.
that's pretty much what all country songs are.
Yeah, exactly.
Same thing.
Yeah, there you go.
I tell you, man, I am blown away coming in here today and seeing this because, you know, I saw it in its infancy.
Yeah,
And,
there's a garage.
Yeah.
There's a little tiny building in Pleasant
Yeah.
View with a garage.
What did you say the capacity there was?
We had 120 gallons is our still.
And you made a lot of hooch coming
And
out.
it took 4 runs through that still to fill one of these barrels.
Wow.
So I could do 1 barrel a week.
Wow.
Here we can do 1 barrel a day.
How many do you have over here, say, at Old Glory aging right now?
We've got about 420 barrels. Yeah. So
It's a good time to invest in Leatherwood.
It's stepped up a little bit. It's gonna take more than that, buddy.
That's funny.
We do
man.
take sweat equity though.
Leatherwood, dude. That's awesome. Yep.
No, it's quite the operation now. I never thought it'd get this big, to be honest. I was pretty happy with it down there. We just ran out of space, you know?
I think there's a part of me that thinks that you knew it probably would. Maybe you even, you know, sometimes we see things in our life in the big cycle, in the big picture of things, and we go, maybe you didn't, maybe really in your heart of hearts didn't know if you even wanted it to get this big.
Right.
Because you know what happens.
Oh, yeah.
You know, this is kind of gone commercial.
You know, we're at a point, we could step up one more level and keep everything the same, the way we make it.
Right.
But if we go above that, some things are going to change.
Yeah, I know
And
exactly
we're not going to do that.
I know what you're talking about, man.
Yeah.
I know exactly. I had friends, and their whole deal wound up going under because they went to that next level, and when they started, you know, contracting to get rum, if you will, or whatever, from a larger liquor company that puts
It
out
wasn't as good.
thousands and thousands of gallons. It changed their product and people quit buying it.
Yep.
And they're gone.
Yep.
And
We will
so
never do that.
You can't do that. And I'll tell you why you can't do that, because what'll happen, and I think you know this as well as I do, and I believe this, and I could be wrong, but you know more about it than I do, but I would guess that what'll happen is you will make a product that's so quality that they can't help but give you some shelf space. It's already happening. I see it in the airport, and I see it down in the airport.
Yeah.
Pretty nice presentation too. And the bigger guys are going to go, we need that space.
Yep.
And they're going to come and say, what's it going to cost to buy this outfit?
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah. That's always the goal. You know what I mean?
I didn't know if it was or not. I just think that's probably what's going to happen.
It's always the goal. But then I'd go open up Leather Neck Distillery down the street.
That's after I retire from the road, and I can be here to work every day.
There you go.
I'll help them polish these things, just to be around it. My grandfather was a moonshine man. You know, unfortunately, they didn't pass on him when he got busted. He wound up doing a little prison time. It was a very difficult time for my mother and her mother and the kids, but he was a good guy. He became a trustee at the prison they sent him to, and he was back home out of there in about 8 months, I think. And he said it was some of the scariest time of his life, but he came back home and he was getting ready to just fire his stills right back up. He had a big operation.
Yeah.
And he didn't do like sell to the community. He sold semi-truckloads at a time. He had 500-gallon vats going at all at the same time. And anyway, my mom, there's this story she tells about how my grandmother was a real quiet lady, didn't say much. She said, but if you're getting ready to fire them stills back up, you're also getting ready to find a place to sleep.
Yeah.
There's a story where he went to town one day and came back to their house. They live way out, like toward Pickwick, where I grew up, in a little community called Nixon. And my grandpa comes home driving a brand new vehicle, brand new, right off the lot. And he's got a guy from the car lot, Jones's, driving one behind him. Really beautiful, like fancy Lincoln or something, right, pull it in right behind him. My grandmother has never driven and doesn't even have a driver's license. And she came outside and said, what is this? Well, he said, I got me a car and I got you a car.
He had to do something with that.
And she goes, you did what? And she sent the cars back.
No shit.
She said, you know how to do a lot of things. And she said, and you know how to make money. But she said, you don't have a whole lot of sense in other places, because she said, don't you think people gonna wonder where you came up with all that all of a sudden?
Yeah.
And that, in the short run, that's what got him sent off. So.
Yeah, that's usually the mistake.
This is something that is in my blood. He was about quality, man. He made good stuff. So it got him in trouble because he sold a lot of
The
it.
good stuff sells.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah. No, our goal will never be get too big where we have to change our process.
Good.
You know what I mean?
Good.
I'm sure by then someone's going to come in and be like, teach us how to do that.
You know they will.
Yeah.
And then that's job security for you. You'll always be in the thick of it.
Yeah.
And it's also, we might not call it that, but it's quality control.
Yeah.
You let go of your product and let somebody else start manipulating it, then it ain't what you set out to do.
And also if somebody comes in and does want to buy it, I pretty much have to be on board, because the brand is all about my story, my military service.
Absolutely.
And
that's why I wanted to do this today, was to give my audience, with Sounds Like Life, a little insight into it, and so that people, when they come here to visit, and I know that there's another location that's about to be on the map. Is that?
yeah,
that's
downtown,
right?
downtown Clarksville.
Dude, you're growing like crazy.
Yeah.
That's
That
so
place is
cool.
going to be cool. It's going to be a 200-person event space also.
Wow.
Plus all the production equipment, storage for the barrels.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be cool.
So at that point, will you take your stuff, your 400 barrels from here next door, and take them down there?
Most of them, yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, we've got enough room in there for them.
That's killer, man.
So, yeah, it's going to be nice having everything in one location.
Yeah, sure it will.
We'll keep this open for a while, too. We've got the lease for this building for a while. And we've got a great clientele people that live around here that we still want to be able to serve. So.
What about, just so people know, I mean, I know they're probably interested. You had a lot of folks, we call them the locals, around the Pleasant View area, and that location is still open, but it's more of a barbecue joint now, right?
Yeah, it's called Queued Up 615.
Queued Up 615.
Me and Craig Parman, he's my partner in that. They still serve all Leatherwood stuff.
Oh, cool.
Bar still looks the same.
Really?
Still got my retirement flag in there.
Sure.
And then back in the back that you remember seeing, it was all dark. And
Oh, yeah.
we cleaned all that out and put wood walls up. It's beautiful.
Killer.
Yeah,
So that place is still rocking.
killing it.
I know one thing. I had that barbecue. If you hadn't been down to, what'd you say, Queued Up 615.
Yep.
If you hadn't been down there, if you hadn't had this barbecue, I mean, I know here in Tennessee, we're pretty spoiled when it comes to barbecue, but that is, I mean, it's solid.
Yeah.
It is solid. I've had it, and
You know, Craig was a competition barbecuer
Yes.
for years.
yes.
So he's gotten the best of the best from everybody.
I mean, this guy right here is very, very involved in all of that. Sam's won a bunch of big competitions and been involved in all that stuff, and he actually goes and shoots a lot of that stuff too.
Nice.
You know, Tennessee, like especially more to the west, is like it's barbecue, barbecue, barbecue. But these guys that take it really serious, like the guy you're talking about,
Yeah.
it has a different edge about it.
Yeah.
And you can just tell the difference when somebody's really taking pains. Even my older brother, he's crazy about smoking these butts, you know, and when I get to get some of his, it's like, okay, this is a little step up.
Yeah.
So very
And we
cool.
did the same concept there, which is cool. You know, it worked for Leatherwood. We started with as little money as we could. And then as we made money, we started upgrading everything. And now he's got a beautiful outside patio area.
Yeah.
He just finished. All the wood on the inside was donated by a retired Green Beret buddy of mine. He had a sawmill, and he just had all this wood in his barn. He's like, I got something to help you out. You know what I mean? It's
That's
just like
so
our
cool.
community came together and
Sure.
just helps. You know?
That's a good bunch around there. I so enjoyed hanging out at that place and
Yeah.
getting to know people. And you had when you were there, which is what, 25 minutes, 30 minutes away?
Yeah, about 20.
You had a big crowd of people that would come from here or this area
Yeah.
and come down because it's that military vibe, and it's got you got patrons from right here at Fort Campbell and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's a perfect place for this, man. And so Andy Lane, thank you, brother, for letting us do this today. I guess
this is
we'll
awesome.
wrap up what we might call the podcast episode, but Sam's gonna, shoot the facility. What would be cool is if we could go down by the old place and shoot a little stuff down there too. But
Yeah.
but you are rocking. This is really amazing. I got to spend a little
Appreciate
time talking to you and your partner and one of your investors that on the phone one day, and I thought, man, this thing is starting to. So I'm excited about the new location, and we're going to play a little music in here in the bar here in a little while.
Well,
Sam,
you got lots of fans out there.
We'll see.
They heard you were coming. Our phone didn't stop ringing.
did you call them groupies?
Groupies, yeah. You got groupies.
Come
you know
on,
you do.
man. No, I'm too old for that.
It tells you how much I know about music.
He called them groupies in the text message, and you said LMAO. I laughed harder than you did.
Oh, yeah.
All right, brother,
Nice.
thank you.
Thank you. This
Yes,
is
sir.
awesome.
I miss the look of surrendering your eyes, where your soft brown hair was. I miss the power of your kiss when we made love. Oh, but baby, most of all, I miss my friend. One of my heart and soul confided in, one I felt the safest with, the one who knew just what to say, make it laugh again, never like back in. I miss my friend. I miss the colors that you brought into my life. Your golden smile, those blue-green eyes. I miss your gentle voice, only times like now, saying it'll be alright. I miss my friend. One of my heart and soul confided in, one I felt those times, I miss those nights. I even miss our city fights, the making of the morning talk, and those late afternoon walks. I miss my friend, the one my heart and soul confided in, one I felt the safest with, the one who knew just what to say, make me laugh again. Yeah, the light back in. I miss my friend. I miss my friend. I miss my friend.
Sounds Like Life is a Rivertown Media production. Hosted by Darryl Worley, produced and edited by Mike Murphy, talent manager Julianne Drennan, executive producers Paul and Ashley Perry.